Kim Strassel, our great pal, writes in today's Wall Street Journal, and I quote, Nikki Haley needs a rationale. And, of course, I agree with that, rationale to run for president. Now, take a listen to this one.
Election night, Trump gets on stage. He throws an absolute temper tantrum talking about revenge. Nothing about how he's going to secure the border and what he's going to do different that he didn't do when he was president before. He said nothing about how he's going to prevent war.
Honestly, nothing about securing the border. We're going to get into that in just a second. But I want to give the perfunctory introductions to our distinguished panel. We have Charlie Hurt, Washington Times opinion editor and Fox News contributor. And we have the great Steve Forbes, Forbes media chairman and editor-in-chief and author of Inflation, What It Is, Why It's Bad, and How to Fix It. Charlie, come on. Trump has, ever since he came down the escalator in Trump Tower in 2015, he's been talking about the open border, okay? And just to review the bidding, just on the long possible bet that Governor Haley, Ambassador Haley, listened to this show, Trump has argued for a wall, remain in Mexico, Title 42, getting Mexican troops to help us on the border, and in general, a policy of catch and deport rather than catch and release. He couldn't be clearer. Now, how does she say a thing like that? He has no...
I don't.
Come on.
Yeah, no, it's insane. I don't know how she makes the argument. I also don't know how she makes the argument that somehow she's the anti-war candidate as well, and she's also the anti-establishment candidate.
When did she say she was anti-war?
Well, she said that in that same clip, she just said he also didn't say anything about how he was going to end any wars.
Oh, right.
Like she's like this big anti-war candidate. But then the other thing is that like she's this big anti-establishment. You want to know what an anti-establishment candidate looks like? It's the guy that has 91 indictments against him, and they're doing everything they can to destroy him.
Good point.
But of course, Donald Trump, and what Donald Trump did with the border is even more extraordinary than we generally give him credit for. He proved what both parties ignored for decades, and that is that it is possible to seal the border, and you can seal the border with the laws that we have in place, and it puts a lie to Joe Biden's claims right now that he needs new laws in order to seal the border. No, you don't. It was the border. It was not the whole thing wasn't fixed, but the border was sealed. Yeah. And he had built the wall, and the wall was called Mexico, and Mexico paid for it.
How does she come off saying that? Now, Steve Forbes,
she'll say anything as well.
I don't want to break your heart. If you're for Nikki Haley, that's fine. I believe in free speech and the Second Amendment, especially your free speech. First Amendment, I beg your pardon. Second Amendment, guns, I like that one too. But it's interesting. The Wall Street Journal, which trashes Trump on a daily basis, whatever they can. And we love the Wall Street Journal, and we've written for the Wall Street Journal, and we love Paul Gigot, but on this subject, not so much. But yesterday's editorial and today's Kim Strassel, we love Kim Strassel too, basically saying she has Nikki Haley has no rationale for her presidential run. She has no core issues. I mean, years ago, Trump had the border. The other one was cutting taxes. He had a big tax cut plan. Also recently, drain the swamp. That's still been Trump. So at least you may not like him, but you know what he stands for. Now, Kim Strassel says, for example, Nikki Haley talks about promises to fix the economy, but no plan, beat China, but no plan, strengthen the cause of freedom, but no plan. She'll say she's pro-border, pro-jobs, pro-freedom, and 100% pro-American. In other words, she fleshes out nothing. There's no policy development in her campaign.